Hello everyone, welcome to this channel in JH Personal Finance. So in this channel, I'll be covering a daily log on the financial market. In particularly, I'll be covering 5 different markets in terms of how I view this market to be, in terms of how I think about it, both as a trader and as an investor, thoughts behind it, and how I intend to learn how to trade the market. And along the way, you may learn a little bit of things or two. And if you have any feedback, feel free to just drop by your comments and yeah, so let's just get started. So first and foremost, as you can see, I've already started on Sunday, which is on the 17th, by using this particular template on the daily progress journal. So what this does is that basically I'm actually currently monitoring these 5 key market, which is the SPX, which is the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, which is the top 100 technological stock in the US market, the gold, which is the commodity, and then also the oil as a commodity, and lastly, which is on Bitcoin, which is another key commodity that I personally myself trade on a regular basis. So yeah, so let's get right into it. So as you can see, okay, so ignoring this, that is for my trading chart. So let's take a look at this. So basically, this is what I do on a daily basis. So as you can see over here, this is the 5 different markets that I've already marked out. So looking into this particular first market, which is the S&P 500 index, you will see that on the monthly time scale, is actually there are 2 key things that I'll look at. Okay, so maybe since this is the first show, I will go through with you how this Excel spreadsheet works. What exactly am I trying to track, and what exactly am I going to do depending on what the situation has changed. So as you can see, there is this monthly MS, the monthly trend, the weekly MS, the weekly trend, the daily MS, and the daily trend. So under the MS, what it means is actually what I refer to as the market structure. So a lot of times you will always hear traders or investors talking about higher high and higher low, or even lower high and lower low. And they call it that there's a change in shift in trend. So in terms of this, I refer to it as the market structure itself. So if I refer to it as a bullish market structure, it means that it's a very clear bullish upward trend. And later I'll explain to you how this can be easily seen on the chart itself. And secondly, the monthly trend itself, for me personally, I use the 200 simple moving average on the particular time frame to determine whether it's priced above it or it's priced below it. So both of which, so the monthly trend itself or the trend itself to me is more objective, whereas the market structure can sometimes be a little bit subjective. So later I'll show you how and why it is the case. So yeah, let's take a look into the SPIs. So basically, as you can see, in terms of this is the M, which is the monthly market structure. You will see that overall is still in the uptrend. It's above this orange color line, which is my 200 moving average, simple moving average. So as you can see, if it's above, I will give it a bullish sign, which you can see over here is in the bullish sign. So well, the trend wise, likewise, is also in a bullish trend. So the reason why market structure wise, what I will see is I will actually use this line chart, which actually helps me to see, because in the candlestick chart, which I typically use trading, you will see that it includes the high, the low, and also the closing and opening of the day itself. Whereas the line chart simplifies things in the sense that it only looks at the closing price, which gives you very clear cut or clearer as to how you see the market high and the market low itself. So as you can see, in terms of market-wise, it's still in a very clear uptrend. You can see this is the low, this is the high, this is the low, this is the high, this is the low, this is the high. And then you see some lows over here, and then continuation of a high, and then this is a low, and then this is a high. So for it to have at least some sort of a bearish trend to form, you have to form high, low, a lower high, which could form over here, and a lower low. So until it breaks over this 2.5 thousand range, I would say that it is still in a very clear monthly upward bullish market structure itself. So yeah, so that's for the monthly sentiment that I can see from the market. And moving on to the weekly market, which all of this I will only cover on the month or even the weekly update. So what you can see is basically for this, you can look at in the short term, it is actually from a bearish market structure, especially when it closes below this low, it's actually bearish. However, over in the short term wise over here, you can see this is a low, this is a high, this is a low, and then this is a high again. So as much as you can see, because this is the high itself, you can see that it's now on the upward trend right again. So again, there's no reason to go short. And the best place to go long may not be seen on the weekly structure, but if you look at the daily structure, it'll be more clear, although there's also noise, more noise as well. So over here you can see that this is the high, this is the high, this is the low, this is the high, and this is the low. And the minute it breaks above here is where things start to become bullish again on the daily market structure wise. However, do note that it is still below this 200 simple moving average. So you can see that over here there are some consolidation happening, whereby you can see this high, this slightly little high but lower high, and then this slightly little higher high. So when things become like this, are classified under the neutral, which is basically the consolidation phase. So what happens during consolidation is a lot of people will make guesses such as whether it goes up, whether it goes down. So for me, I keep things really simple. I only determine that it is more likely to go up if and only if on the previous trend, as you can see, these previous lines is on the upward trend. So it has a tendency to go up. That said, more importantly, to wait for further confirmation, you can actually wait for it to cross above the high of here, which is actually the 8. So I would say that it is very likely to very much retest this 3,000 mark itself. But will it happen? I do not know. And is there enough room to go for a long setup? Well, that's a separate little story because you got to look at maybe the shorter time frame to get a tighter stop loss and stuff like that. Okay, so now that this is done, you can update. So as you can see, I've already updated all of these over here for today. And actually that's the reason why this has already happened is because I already pre-recorded another video, but then again, the video was actually deleted accidentally. So I have to re-record this again. So now let's get back right into it. So that's what you see over in the SPY, whereby you see it's in neutral territory in terms of market structure. But in terms of the daily trend wise, it's below the 200 moving average, hence it is bearish. So now let's take a look at the second item that we will look for the day, which is basically the Nasdaq. So over at Nasdaq, the monthly market structure wise, you can see that the price itself is also clearly in the upward trend. In fact, it has reached a higher high on the monthly market structure. So it's clearly in a very bullish sentiment right now in the market. And it has not made a lower low since 2009, whereby this market structure was broken, and then you can see that you were right all the way down when you get exited by them. So yeah, so somewhere along here at 1005 you will exited if you're looking at the monthly market structure. Of course, generally, I would say I use the monthly market structure as a guideline of what is the existing trend. But generally, for entry-wise, I use the daily to even the 4-hourly for a nicer or earlier entry point itself. Yeah, okay, so moving on. So basically, you can see it is above the 200 moving average. It's also trending with higher highs and higher lows, so it's clearly in uptrend in terms of monthly time frame. And then if you look at the weekly time frame, similarly, it's forming a low, a high, a low, and a high, and it's continuously making a higher high. And this is what a lot of economists will term it as a V-shaped recovery, which is over here what you get over here in the 2018 and 19 period as well. Okay, so you can see that there are some horizontal resistance or support that I've drawn, but for now, you can just ignore it. If price does fall towards those levels, then again, it will be of interest to me to look into it. And then finally, we look at the daily. You can see that again, it's making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So basically, it's still clearly in a bullish trend. And when things is in a clear bullish trend, generally, I will not go for a short setup until there's a break in the trend line, if you want to even consider short. So for example, you can draw a trend line up over here, and if it does breaks below, that's the first sign. And if it forms a lower high, and it breaks the low of it, then yeah, and there'll be a confirmed bearish trend, at least for the short-term period itself. Okay, so now that we've covered this, you can see that this is clearly in a bullish market trend in all time frames. So you can see over here, it's clearly bullish. So let's now take a look in the gold itself. All right, so over at gold, you can see from the monthly market structure. So typically, if you want to see a very fair statement, I always use the reset chart function. So with the reset chart function, you can see that gold is likewise in a general uptrend, especially if this sloping line itself. But yes, formed some of a consolidation in the 2011 up to date itself. So yeah, it's not a chart that I typically, it's not a commodity I typically would trade, but it's still a commodity of interest to me. So as you can see right now, it's in a very clear bullish upward trend on the monthly market structure. And if you go right now to the weekly market structure, you can see that there is still in a bullish trend above 200 simple moving average, and it's making higher high and higher low. So in terms of any other short term, you can see that there is over here, 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 and here is consolidating, and then breaks below. Here's a bit of little fall out, found some support, possibly some historically there was some sort of support. Yeah, you can see some sort of support over here. We found support over there, and after that it breaks out once again. So yeah, but generally right now it's still in a very strong bullish trend on the weekly chart as well. And you can see right now on the weekly time frame, on the daily time frame, I mean. So on this daily time frame, what you can see is that again it's above this 200 simple moving average. So likewise, the trend is clearly bullish. And if you were to look at this particular region, is what is for common consolidation, call it a channel, a flag, a bull flag, especially when it comes before a bullish trend. So you can see a consolidation pattern, and it is now broken up and it's finding support. So generally, I would say it's on the upward trend, and you could actually go for a long side trade. So an example of a long side trade would be basically your stop loss will be somewhere here. Take a decent stop loss right below the low of here, and then you can target right over here, just below this particular horizontal resistance line itself. You have a pretty decent stop loss itself. However, I'm not into trading gold, so I definitely will not be trading it. But otherwise, it looks very attractive to be traded actually. So when it comes to trading, as a trader itself, I'm a discretionary price action trader, so I do look into candlesticks. But when it comes to determine market structure and the trend itself, I simply look at line chart and also basically the moving averages itself. Oh, and as for RSI, just quick shout out about that is basically I use that to determine whether is it closer towards, whether it's the momentum of the trend likely to come towards the end of it. Because typically when that happens, you see some sort of bearish divergences, but that doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be a downward trend. It just means to add more possibility that it may be changing the trend itself. Yeah, so you can see it's finding possible support on this. So yeah, it makes a actually very decent good trade of this. But yeah, so anyway, there is a possibility you can look into it. You can put your stop loss right below this 100 simple moving average edge, or near this 55 below it, and then there you go. All right, so clearly as you can see, all of which is still in a bullish trend. So right now, let's move back to the line chart, and then let's move back to the next one, which is the oil. So over at oil, I will use this, this CFD as a chart itself. So you can see that over there is where the price fall below negative for the futures itself. But let's focus more on this trend. Let's look on the monthly chart itself. On the monthly chart, you can still see that it's clearly in a downward trend. Yeah, so you can see that it's making a high, a low, a high, and a low, and a high, and a low. So it's clearly in a downward trend because until it has made some sort of like a change, say for example, you have a high here, you have a high here, you have higher, then you have short-term bullish trends. So you can actually ride all the way up. In a minute, you have a high, a low here, a high here, a low that breaks over this part, and then you could say that there's a reversal in trend again. And there you go, or continuation in trend of a bearish trend. So without further ado, that means that you can see the money trend is below this 200 simple moving average. And secondly, it's forming lower low and lower high. So it's definitely bearish. Similarly, on the weekly chart, you can also see that it's forming lower low, and a possible reversal in trend because this high was actually breached. So they can form they just falls and then it can goes up again, then yeah, there will be a short-term reversal in possible trend at least on the weekly market time frame. But as of this moment, I will still consider it as possibly a consolidation, or still I would say it's a bearish trend, because it could even go all the way, in my opinion, up to here and still continue to fall back down, and it could still continue to go lower. But is it very likely to touch upon here again? Yeah, I would say it's a very hard guess. It's possible, but I will not be trading oil for the meantime, because ever since it has fallen into the negative region, it shows how volatile it can get. And yeah, I mean, in the history, I've not seen any commodity falling into the negative region as well. So let's take a look at the daily chart. So with the daily chart itself, so sometimes I reset the chart. In this case, oil is really a bit tough. But basically what you can see is that it's actually forming a low, a high, low, high, low, and a high. So you can see that on the daily chart, it's actually on the upward trend itself. So over here, you can see that I've done this neutral, because it's actually possibly forming a consolidation bearish. Sorry. Yeah, it's actually forming a bearish sign, because until it has formed at least some sort of a low or a high that is inconsistent, then I would switch it over to a neutral territory. And again, it's below the 200 moving averages, so it's still bearish, bearish, and bearish. Whereas for the daily market structure, you can see that it's forming higher highs, so it's temporarily bullish, but it's still below this 200 simple moving average, hence I still consider it as bearish. And finally, let's look into Bitcoin, which is the one that I trade most consistently. So now let's take a look at the monthly market structure. Over the money market structure, you can see that, let's reset this to have a longer term look. So you can see that on the money market structure, Bitcoin is forming a very strong bullish trend, but right now, since 2017 to date, it has formed some of consolidation pattern. So would it be possible that it's consolidated for till maybe even 2023? It could be. Nobody really knows. But what I can say for certain that right now is some like a neutral territory, because you can see the high, the low, the high. The low is just in between these lows, so it's not yet a lower low, nor is it a higher low, or you can say it's a higher low. But so if it forms a higher low and a lower high, then yeah, there you go, a neutral market structure. As for whether is it above the 200 moving averages, because right now there still isn't 200 months to it, so you can only see this 50 months moving average. So with this 50 months is actually above it, so I will still classify it as a bullish market structure itself, a bullish trend itself on the market monthly time frame. And if you look into this weekly time frame, what you will see is that it's also above the 200 moving average. So trend-wise, it's in the upward trend. Whereas in terms of the market structure itself, you will see that these are high, these are low, these are high, these are low, these are high, possible high. So I would say it's actually in some sort like a bearish market structure over here. So the weekly market structure is actually bearish, whereas it is still above the moving average, so you can still simple moving average, so you can see it's bullish over here. And finally, onto the D chart, under the daily chart itself, you can see there's forming a low, a high, a low, and a high. So it's clearly short-term wise in a very bullish upward trend itself. Whereas over here, you can see some starting to form a consolidation pattern, but until it is clear that it forms here, I would say, yeah, it's more so like a consolidation pattern itself. So actually, I will switch on to, yeah, the daily market structure is actually neutral over here, which is correct. Because you see this high, this lower high, but this higher low. So whereby this thing is not consistent, I would consider as a neutral market territory, whereby it tends to consolidate. And if you look at this 4-hour monthly, 4-hour market structure, you will see that it's above the 200 moving average, so it's bullish. And in terms of whether is it bearish, because I was doing it early this morning, which was over here. Yeah, over here. So over here is I was doing the analysis. So basically, you see a high, a low, a high, and a low. So a low, low. So basically, it's the bearish market structure in terms of the 4-hour time frame. So does that mean it's alignment? So you can see that over here and here, neutral means it's more likely possible to be retesting the low of over here to actually form some of consolidation pattern. So we could likely find some support over at these regions, a very much likelihood, which is in terms of the 9,000 region at this 100 simple moving average. Yeah, so basically I write that I'm actually looking for bearish setup on the 1 hour chart and based on the 4 hour bearish market structure itself. So yeah, so that's it for the analysis for the day. Basically over the week itself, I'll actually try to streamline my journaling experience and thought process. So I hope that this will help you. And if you have any feedbacks and comments on terms of what you would like to learn more or what you would like to know more about trading and more about investing, feel free to drop down your comments below and I'll be more than happy to help you if I can share with you some of the things that I learned along the way. And yeah, and if there's anything I learned from you, likewise, just feel free to drop a comment. I'm interested to learn from you as well. So without further ado, yeah, that's it for today. And thanks for joining the show, and I will see you tomorrow.